Micky, onto the footballing side of things. What a great performance and a great result at Harrogate on Tuesday. We've not had a chance to speak to you since then, but as a sort of as a reference point for where you are, you must have been really pleased with the performance and a game you could have won as well.
Yeah, I think we've been playing. We have been building and building. Obviously, it's a new group, and we know that the more time that we spend together, as we build the relationships, partnerships across the pitch, that we were going to keep improving. And that's what's happening at the minute. We are getting better. We're understanding each other and how each other plays and the way that we want to play. So it's we're doing okay. I still believe that we can get better. Still think that we can improve. And there's always areas that we want to get better at. But certainly on Tuesday night, we showed that we can compete with the team that's come out the traps like lightning in Harrogate. And yeah, we were disappointed at the end that we didn't win the game. But it was certainly a place for us to come away from and say, right, we're definitely heading in the right direction.
And with Forest, who are top of the table now, and you know, another good result, another good performance, and it's not just the points that matter. Ultimately, that's what you're concerned about. But when the players see how well that they can compete against the very best in the division right now, it's good as a confidence booster, isn't it?
Yeah, because you want reward for your hard work, and you want to be able to see that what we're doing is giving us a good chance of winning games. The players are attacking everything that we want to do, and they're hungry to want to do better as well. So we just keep pushing it, keep that consistency. That's an important thing. There's no big pats in the back yet. We obviously are pleased with where we're heading. We're moving in the right direction, but we have to keep on getting better and better all the time. So no, there'll be no pats in the back, and we know that we have to hit a certain intensity and a certain work rate in order to give us a good chance of performing and picking up points.
We've spoken before about the big turnover of staff during the summer. And I can remember when you were on BBC Radio Merseyside, maybe around 18 months ago, and it was talking about your book. And you actually spoke about the whole concept of sometimes the way in which you have to work, you know, in terms of looking at players, bringing them in at a certain time. Sometimes it won't happen from the word go. Unless you're really lucky, it won't. But is what you're seeing now sort of fitting the bill for what you had in mind and for what you thought would happen when these new players began to gel and work together?
I just feel that we haven't been an experienced manager and working in a certain way and been able to tweak your process and the way that you work. You have a certain way that you know that gives you a good chance of building a football team. I think all managers that are experienced would be able to tell you that. So we have certain training sessions and certain ways that we will do things, and we will recruit certain players that we think can do certain jobs in order for us to be a team that the people of Birkenhead and the world want to see performing. How long it takes, I don't think that's an exact science. You just have to keep working at it. But like I say, we don't believe that we're anywhere near where we want to be. We're definitely heading in the right direction. And we keep the standards high, and we keep asking more and more of the players, keep them improving all the time. So we have a really vibrant training ground in that because of that. And we have a fan base that drives us on and wants us to keep on getting better all the time. So it's just about keeping doing that and keeping consistent about that.
And talking about a fan base that drives you on, the results and performances at Prenton Park recently have been absolutely top drawer, aren't they? And it not only gets you up the table, it becomes something really tangibly exciting.
Yeah, but we love playing in front of the fans. That's what the football club's all about, is the fans. We're here to try and create a football team for them that they feel worthwhile coming and watching and representing properly. So all the things that we're doing now is expected of a Tranmere team and a Tranmere player, Tranmere manager. So we're just trying to make sure that we deliver on that for them. But one of the other things that we know that we've got to deliver on is consistency and keep on improving. We've created a level now, but we want to keep getting better. We've got to keep getting better and keep working at the things that we know will give us a good chance of winning games. So we won't take our foot off the pedal and we'll keep driving on it. So it's still early in the season. But like I say, we're heading in the right direction and it's a good place to be. There'll be many ups and downs as the season comes, but we know what it needs to be done in order to keep moving things forward.
And like Tuesday night against Harrogate, you're playing Northampton Town at Prenton Park, another team in really close proximity to you. And if you can carry on getting good results in these sort of games, it keeps you right in the mix. Yeah,
another difficult game, another different game. So we need to find a way through the way that we play and the strengths that we have to try and find a way of winning it. So we're going into that. We're excited by it because we love playing at home. We've got another day's training tomorrow. We'll try and fine-tune things tomorrow. And we'll try and pick a team that goes out and represents us properly and goes and tries and gets another positive result against a strong Northampton team.
Okay, Micky, best of luck for the weekend.
Thank you. Cheers.
Micky, you were talking about the Proclaimers. Oh, am I on mute?
No.
You can hear me now. Normally catch me out on mute, Micky, not this time. Before we started this press, you were talking about the Proclaimers, but I think you've probably walked 500 miles in terms of away matches in the last week or so and picked up 4 points. So pretty pleased to get back home to Prenton Park and get that crowd behind you again this Saturday for a big game against Northampton.
Yeah, you've got to love playing at home. You've got to enjoy playing at home. But like I say, we're really guarded. It's not a given that you just turn up at Prenton Park and everything goes right unless you come there with the right attitude and come there and work hard. You come there and play at the right tempo and do the things that we do as a team really well, good quality. So we will be mindful of that. We know the fans will play their part. They always do it. They'll turn up. They'll do the things that's necessary in order to try and help us with performance. So we just need to deliver on our part of it now. But we're very conscious that that's going to take hard work and quality, and that's what we're going to have to try. We're going to have to bring to the game on Saturday.
You've had a couple of penalties in recent matches. Do you think that's a bit of a reward on the risk of getting more players forward and bursting into the box?
Possibly, yeah. Maybe it's just about good players been hard to be dealt with by opposing defenders because we have got good ball carriers. No, we're a very attacking team. We like to get players forward. There's obviously risks attached to that, but we're willing to take the risks because we believe that the gains are worth taking risks for. So we will keep flooding players forward. There is people detailed to deal with things if the risks that we take don't quite come off. There's people in the team that are put in certain positions in order to help us to deal with that. So they just do their jobs when we are taking the risks and flooding forward. So no, the team's in a good place at the minute. We just have to keep on delivering on the quality.
Competition for places obviously very stiff at the moment, especially when you're winning games and getting good results at the right end of the table. I'll just ask you about Paul Glatzel. I understand he had some involvement with Liverpool under 23s recently. How does that work?
Well, when we speak to the parent club of all the players that we have on loan, our part in this is we say we'll take their players and help them with their development. So we'll bring them into our environment and try and help to make them a better player for their parent club. So we'll bring them in, and part of the idea is we keep moving them closer in training. As if we haven't got match time for them, we can send them back to the parent club, which is ideal really for us, because we can send them back there and show the improvements that's been made while they've been with us in their own back garden, if you like. So Paul being an example, he's gone back to Liverpool and played against Arsenal at Anfield, and he played very, very well and scored a good goal. And we will then communicate with Liverpool staff, and we will speak about where we believe he's improved and where we believe that he still has to improve, whilst still trying to move him closer to being a Tranmere player. So it's a perfect fit for us all. So Stephen Walker is going to play for Middlesbrough on Friday night, and we need him if this situation is going to continue to keep improving the relationships with these football clubs. We need him to go up there and play well for Middlesbrough and for their staff to say, yeah, we're definitely moving in the right direction with Stephen Walker. He looks fitter, he looks stronger, or his movement's better, or he's doing this better that we spoke about. I'm actually going up to the game, so I'll go and watch the game as well. We'll watch the game against Liverpool. So it's just about their relationships with their clubs in order to try and get players here. Ultimately, it would be about trying to get players into Tranmere's first team to progress. But the bare minimum of the relationship would be that they would go back to the parent clubs as better players because of the environment, the fantastic environment that we have here at Tranmere, the coaching that they would get, how we communicate with the parent clubs, and it's a win-win situation for everybody concerned. So no, we're very transparent about it. Pal trained with us again this morning, and we're still working on the things that Pal will need to keep moving forward as a player, and keep putting the players that are in the first team under pressure now in order to try and make Tranmere a better team as well.
So in that situation, specifically the two players, do they still train sort of day to day with Tranmere and then just go back to the parents' clubs for those selected matches?
They train every day with us. They are our player. It's just if a fixture lands properly, that we believe they can go and get some match time with a parent club, then we're happy for them to do that, both from a fitness point of view and then for a measurement for the parent club of how well they're developing. So they'll go back to the 23s, like Pal did on Tuesday, played really, really well. They were delighted with his performance. He scored a good goal. We take him back and we push his levels again, and try and keep pushing him for when his opportunity may come here to come and play for us. And then the development comes again, that we say, right, it's now League Two football. You need to get better at this and better at that in order to be a consistently good League Two player for Tranmere, playing the way that Tranmere plays. So it's something that we decided that we're going to do at the start of the season in order to try and develop players and also get good players from these clubs that we bring from, so that it's a win-win situation for everybody concerned.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, you touched on how you'd spoken to Mark about developing a kind of a new system or a new way of working in order to recruit or develop players. Does that form part of it?
Yeah, but that'll help us identify the players. So identify players that we believe will come here and make Tranmere a strong squad that will help us to keep winning games of football or cover us in areas that we get injuries or whatever. So yeah, that's well underway in doing that. It's not just loan players; it's permanent players. But for the first time since I've been here, we now have a real system in place that we work very hard at preempting players leaving or in player improvement, because I can't do it as the manager because I ain't got enough time to go and cover that. So we've now brought people in who will be detailed with that job and then filter that information back to me so that I can try and keep improving Tranmere's first team.
I noticed this week as well, there was an advert for players to trial for the academy, 15 to 17-year-olds. And of course, when relegated into non-league football, Tranmere had to make difficult decisions around their academy and cut back on a lot of things. Is that a sign of maybe the tide turning a little bit in that sense?
I think it's always important. We're a community club and we want to try and give the local community an opportunity to become football players. It's always important that we still try and do that in some capacity that fits the way that we want to do things. The EPPP doesn't really suit us, doesn't really work for us. So we want to go a different way of doing it, and that's the way that we do it. And we also have unbelievable education here. So not only will they come and have one foot in being a footballer camp, they'll also go to college here. So they do a 2-year course that if the football doesn't work out and they don't become footballers, they will come out of it with at least some A levels that they'll be able to carry on with, either playing football in some capacity, but elite, or go to university. And that's because of the system that's been set up here at the Solar Campus, which I think is fantastic. If my own boys were available in this area and they had that route available to them to keep their foot in both camps, I would grab it with both hands. I think it's a better system than the EPPP because you come out with a better qualification, and you also train as a young footballer, so you're covering as many bases as you possibly can.
That's really good. Just looking ahead then to Saturday, I think we said last week, no one's ever injured when you're playing well, are they? Everyone wants to be involved. Anyone ruled out from the weekend, or is it a clean bill of health?
Yeah, we have a few that if the game was today would struggle. So, but you know, they're young and they're fit and they recover very quickly. So we'll give them the maximum amount of time needed. We have a good squad. So all it does is opens the door for somebody else that's been working hard behind the scenes to make sure that they're ready for us to come in and carry the thing forward and keep us moving forward. So we'll see where we are probably tomorrow, and start to move things ahead to thinking about kick-off, what the team might look like before kick-off. But I have no problems with it. I've got a good squad here, so we'll see how it unfolds.